Hello everyone, it's Peter here, Piotr Fisner. Guys, we have a Denon here on the table. Actually, I'll bring it for those who don't know. We had the same Denon some time ago, and customer watched our YouTube video and showed how we fixed it. So the problem was on this board, two capacitors. I've recorded a video about it, and I said I will record video if I will have any update on this particular one. So it's the same stuff, it's no power, and what I have found, you can easily find not schematics, you can easily find service manual online. Okay, you just can go to Google and you can type in and you will find it. Now what I have found, even without a service manual, was that power supply, the main here, producing voltage, but no voltage on the relay. So that means you've got voltage which should turn on the relay and should click it, yes, and then should pass the current. There is no standby LED in front. And I followed the line from the button here, yes, from this I followed that to this, and I know which pin it is pointing at, but when I'm pressing it I can hear it. And then what's happening is that I followed from this to this chip here, that's U5001, and I know exactly which pins are responsible for what, because in the schematics or in the service manual, what I found was clearly shown which pin it is. And I've checked the signal which comes from this, yes, you can find where it's coming to this chip. But there are a few pins which you should be interested in. Okay, so there is a VCC power, there is reset pin as well, and this it should like showing about 3.3 volt, but it has about 2985, I think, from what I found. So I did check all of that and it's fine. So I didn't check only the oscillator, yes, on this. So the oscillator which generates a frequency for the chip to work, yes, for the processor to work. And what I did check is as well one of the pins on the service manual showing the red LED. Okay, so let me pause and let me find it and let me show you. Okay, so that's a 140 page, that's U5001, the chip which we've spoken about, and we can see that there is a bunch of red connectors which are all VCC lines, yes, so you've got a number of them to deliver power to particular places in the chip where it's needed most. Okay, so they not always have VCC written on them, but they've got different power rails, yes, written on them. So that's fine, okay, that's okay. But even though this power rail receives a power, that doesn't mean this chip can work. Now I've made a mistake because I should check if the VCC is coming, so you will check it now and you will see yourself, but I haven't checked it. I've checked that the relay doesn't get the power, and I've checked as well that what it is here, main reset, that's what we're interested in, has voltage. Okay, so it's not low, it's high, so it should be okay. So the processor should boot up. Okay, and even though we've got high reset, even though we've got like proper connection with the LED over there, and it's somewhere here red LED, yes, here is written red LED and then green LED, so this should in theory be okay. I can say that I'm pretty much out of options here, because it's looking like the firmware side of the problem is the culprit. Okay, I will check the VCC still, okay, because that's something which, you know, I don't like myself for not checking it, and that's what I will check now. So let us get this, and I'll get on which pins we've got it. So pin 91, pin 132, pin 23. There is quite a few of them, okay? So let me get meter. Let me get meter to you so you can see it. I will put the service manual on the right. Let us switch to the volts. Okay. Let us connect this somewhere to not get killed. Okay. And let me check 143, 142. These are quite easy. 140. .3 volts and 3.3 volts. Guys, in that case, the processor receives power. In that case, processor has problem reset state, which is on. In that case, the processor doesn't produce power onto the LED here, and in that case processor doesn't send power to the relay. So that means the processor is not booting. Yes, and in that case we need to find why the processor is not booting and how to make it booting. But if it will be software related, I won't be able to fix it because I don't have a firmware. Okay, so for me, I would have to learn about this processor, okay, and learn about the management, and then make the firmware work back again, which for me it's just too much hassle. That's not, you know, that's not worth it. I can say that this kind of fault usually ends up really bad, so that means, you know, we can't fix, we can't help the customer. The customer would have to replace this board physically, yes, or we would have to have firmware usually, like most of the time, use our SFOD4 programmer special adapter for the memory, and then code the memory. Yes, if we can't do it, then we can't do it because we don't have firmware. We can't help the customer, unfortunately. Yes, so this customer, although it's still no power as we had previous, the same model of Denon, so both have the same no power. That one was simple to fix for us and straightforward to fix. This one, although we know the problem, yes, we can't help. And I've disconnected all amps here. I've disconnected at the bottom. My apprentice have 2 sheets, blue sheets, to know exactly where each screw is going. He followed my, you know, guidance how to do it, and I will be assembling it myself based on the photos he made throughout the process. And he's a guy who's fixing medical equipment which is measuring which is working with people with cancer. He's fixing those devices in the hospital, and he's apprentice in our he's a new apprentice, yes, who's starting now. So I wanted to see how his workflow process is, yes, and it's good. He's doing a good job, yes. So he disassembled it, I will be assemble it, and I can say that because we've disconnected all the sections and I haven't seen any short circuit on all the sections, I only see a problem that the processor receives everything what it's supposed to do, and unfortunately it's not powering on. So for us it's it's the end. Yes, I'm giving up on it. And could I do anything else? Well, I can try to only look for this board. If I can't buy this board at one of our suppliers, that's tough. Let me check, and if I'll find it in ASWO, I can let you know that it is available for this model. Okay guys, so I found this board at ASWO. I will share with you. Yes, so you can see we can find it, and it's available for 231 and 23. That's the same when I'm looking at the picture. Okay, when I'm looking at the picture, it's the same board, the same connectors, the same everything. Okay, and I can say that that's the thing. So the question is, does customer want to spend so much? Sorry for the breakage. The question is, does customer want to spend so much, 231 pounds and some pennies, plus VAT, plus shipping and so on? If customer wants, we need to replace it, because I can't provide the firmware. I know the fault, I know the problem, and I know what I need to do, but because I don't have firmware, I can't fix it. And can I guarantee that this board won't break after a few years again? I cannot. So is spending so much money worth it? I don't know the value. I didn't check the value of this item. Okay, if the value is well over 500 pounds, be it, you know, risk it. Close to 300 pounds repair, okay, makes it maybe worth it. But to be true, yes, I like old amps. I like Sony TA-FE. Why? Because I can connect HDMIs to it externally, because I can connect Bluetooth externally, because I can connect TV externally. Not a problem, and it doesn't have all the processors and newest tech that it's breaking. So thank you for watching. Bye bye.